You have top recruit Jaden Rashada has request release from the Gators. I have Sentinel Gator beat writer Edgar Thompson here. So Edgar, this leaves the team in some limbo, especially after a big deal, an NIL deal fell through. What's going on?
I mean, it's just been a constant drama ever since really this young man got on the radar for the Gators a long while back, really. When they lost Jaden Rashada in June to Miami, it created an uproar among fans like, oh, God, how are we losing a kid to Miami and Mario Cristobal? And then the Gators flipped the kid in November, and you're like, pretty nice get for Billy. Well, the rumor when he went to Miami, Jaden Rashada, the quarterback from California, is he was getting a $9.5 million NIL deal. So we just automatically assumed, oh, no way, that was it. We were starting to hear it was only a half million, but still. So we're like, oh, that makes sense. Well, then signing day arrives, Rich, on December 21st, and the press conference is like delayed, and we're hearing they can't get him to sign his scholarship papers or it hasn't happened yet. So in retrospect, we're like, what was going on there? Well, we found out last week. We reported last Wednesday that there was a $13 million deal agreed to with this young man and the school's collective, which is a group of people that pool their resources to pay NIL deals to people. These aren't supposed to be like professional contracts. These are supposed to be like, hey, you want to come sign autographs at the local sub shop or whatever, right? So it has been a mess. They've been trying to unwind it. And this is really the best case scenario I think Florida could hope for is the young man requested his release. I think that was probably an agreement. I'm sure he walked away with something from this deal. And now he's got to find another school, and the Gators need to find another quarterback.
Yeah, let's circle back. 13 million. I mean, as you mentioned, this is like pro level kind of money. Is this just the new norm now? Is this what we can expect from
No.
college football and sports at this point?
Well, we can expect deals for players, particularly quarterbacks, the going rate for a top high school signal caller. And he's one of the top guys. I mean, he's like number 5, 6 best quarterback. So he's, top 40, 50 recruit. This is like $1 million a year guy now, but it's not 13 over 4 years or whatever the deal terms were. We haven't seen the contract, but this is definitely what it was. We reported this, as I said, Rich, and it created a lot of uproar and a lot of second guessing and a lot of blowback. And it has since been confirmed by multiple media entities, and I have not heard a peep from anyone at Florida saying those figures were incorrect. So this will not be the new norm, you wouldn't think. In fact, this shined a spotlight, I think, on how name, image, and likeness can really, the pitfalls of it potentially when you get third parties, because that's what these collectives are, man. They're not working within the university framework. Which is bizarre. It's like it'd be like an outside company deciding what we are paid as employees at the Sentinel, and it just doesn't. Well, I guess that actually is the case, but the point being is you can't have people making editorial decisions that don't even work at the newspaper, for example, and that's what's going on here. Is you have certain people that are off, and they could even go rogue, which in this case might have happened. So they're trying to figure out how to work this system. We're not even 2 years into it. And there's just been a lot of miscommunications. I mean, this is the prime example, though, of the right hand not knowing what the left hand was doing when it comes to NIL.
So what now for the Gators? It seemed like Rashada was supposed to be the centerpiece for this team and essentially the QB that was going to lead them into the future. Where do they go now?
Well, definitely was the centerpiece of the 2023 class, which was rated 12th, and he was a top recruit in it. So that's going to, hurt this class's ranking. There's a lot of nice pieces in this class. There's some nice receivers. There's some nice defenders up front. A lot of guys in the secondary. So I think Billy Napier still did pretty well in his first class, but he needed a quarterback, and he doesn't have one now. And then the transfer portal did not deliver the quarterback the Gators were probably hoping either. They ended up with Wisconsin's Graham Mertz, who is a serviceable guy. He was okay. 19-13 at Wisconsin, 38 touchdowns, 26 interceptions. But in fairness, he played for a very conservative offense in cold weather and things like that. And they weren't as good as their competition a lot of the time. Or a good bit of the time. So anyway, we'll see how Graham fits in here. But beyond him, you got Jack Miller, who started the Las Vegas Bowl and struggled mightily, and a kid, Max Brown, who was a 3-star recruit, who was kind of a project out of Tulsa. That's your quarterback room right now. The Gators need some more pieces there. They had a shot at this LSU transfer, Walker Howard, who has a longstanding relationship with Billy Napier dating to his time at Louisiana. This is a Lafayette, Louisiana native, but he picked Ole Miss this morning, and that was another blow to the Gators. It's been a rough ride, man. The Gators are coming off consecutive losing seasons, including 6 and 7 in Billy Napier's first with the Gators. And you need a quarterback, man, whether it's the NFL level, this level, or even the high school level now. A good quarterback solves a lot of problems and is a necessity.